Yo, let's talk about the small details like this and like this on your products. What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk all about branding your products and your packaging. Now, this is a question that pops up all the time, and it's always about, should I be thinking about my branding on my packaging, the branding on my t-shirts, all of the small little details that goes into the customer experience? And my answer to this is always, if you're just starting out, don't worry about none of that. And people seem appalled, they get mad, they get defensive anytime I respond that way. And it's not because I don't want you to have cool packaging and cool branding on all of your products, but I think it's way more important to actually learn how to sell your products before you start putting so much thought into the small little details. And what I mean by that is put way more focus and energy into actually selling the products, learning how to sell the products, and designing products that'll sell quickly before thinking about where your logo is gonna go, should you get custom poly mailers done, and should you get custom tissue paper printed. Because in order for the customer to see any of that cool stuff that you're thinking about, they need to buy the product first. And if you can't get the customer to buy the product, they'll never see your custom packaging, your custom tissue paper, your custom branded boxes, none of that stuff. So for example, I wanna talk about this hat right here. Before I added my little $B logo, before I added this little Made by Big Brando sticker onto the hats, I sold this hat with nothing on it. It was just the logo on the hat, and that was it. When I first launched this hat, that's all I did, because I utilize what I call proof of concept, meaning I need to prove to myself that my idea will be profitable. Now, if I launch this hat with this and with this right out the gate, not being able to test this design out, if this hat was a flop and nobody wanted to buy this logo right here, I would have wasted money and time doing these small little details like this. Because you have to be realistic with yourself. Nobody is buying this hat for this little logo or this sticker on here. They're buying the hat for the main logo. This is the main character of the whole thing. This is the supporting cast. This helps, but it doesn't help this. This is just taking a free ride on this hat. This little logo right here saying, hey, Big Brando made this. This sticker saying, hey, you bought this from Big Brando. He's the one that made this. That's all that says. But they're really buying it for this logo right here. This and this doesn't even matter. And I get it. We all want everybody to know that we made something. We want our logos on something. We want our brand on something. But for myself, I am well aware that nobody's buying something from me because of this little logo. They're buying it for whatever this logo is and how does it relate to them. So when I launched this hat and this hat, it was only to show that I'm offering 5-panel A-frame 2-tone hats, and I also have it in the standard 6-panel snapback. That's all I was trying to show, was this logo on this style of a hat, this logo on this style of a hat. Now, once I started to see people were buying these hats, they were interested in the logos, they were interested in the style of hat I was using, and these hats started to sell out. That's when I decided, all right, now is time to brand the hats, because I see that they're actually moving. I'm making money off of these hats, so I might as well brand it now. Out the gate, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to just jump the gun and be like, all right, this hat needs this side branding, it needs these stickers on there. No, I utilize proof of concept. I need to prove to myself that these designs and these ideas are actually going to be profitable before I waste my time and energy doing the most. Once I started seeing that these designs were actually moving, that's when I decided to go forward with the branding and the extras. Now, why do I do this? Why do I use proof of concept? What's the whole point of that? I am well aware that every idea I have is not going to be a good idea. In our heads, when we're designing the stuff, putting it out to market, we're like, yeah, this is going to work. I believe in this. I know this is going to work. This is $1 million idea. We all have tens of thousands of $1 million ideas every single day. Not every one is gonna hit. So I like to be realistic with myself and understand that not every idea I have is gonna be profitable. So I need to test out every idea before I act on it. So let me make a few hats, put them up for sale, see if they move. Once they start moving, I'll re-up on hats, put them out for sale, see if they move. Once those sell out, I understand that I have something that people want. Now I can go forward with doing a lot of the other things that help make the product look good, but not necessarily help sell the product. Adding the sticker and the side hit, very cool. Not needed, but at the same time, it just looks cool. But I'm more interested in actually selling the product first, making sure I have a product that's gonna move, so I'm not wasting my time, wasting money, wasting energy. I do this with t-shirt designs, I do this with hats. Almost every product that I sell, I test out first. And if it works, cool. If it doesn't work, so be it. I only wasted a few hats. I could give those things away, no harm, no foul. But if I went forward and just started branding everything out the gate without testing anything, I would waste a ton of time. This is an extra step in the embroidery process to actually stitch this on. I'd be wasting money on stickers, putting them on these hats. I don't care about all this. I care about actually selling the product because this is what the customers are coming to the store to buy. So when it comes to like fancy packaging, branded tissue paper, custom tape, all of that stuff, I never put any thought into that. I brand my packaging the cheapest way possible, in store and online. So my boxes will have either a rubber stamp stamped on it or one of my stickers placed on the box. Inside my store, my retail bags are just branded with a rubber stamp. My poly mailers are plain. All I do is put a sticker on them or use a rubber stamp. That's about it. To me, the customer is not buying the packaging, they are buying the product. The branded packaging helps the customer experience, but I need the customer to buy something for them to actually have the experience. You know what I mean? So I put way more focus in actually selling the products, creating products that I know will sell, instead of putting way more time and effort into the packaging and the small details around a product that won't sell. I need to make sure that the product will sell first. But once again, not everybody has to operate this way. If you feel strongly about your stuff, by all means go for it. I'm just talking about what I do. For me, I hate wasting time, I hate wasting money, I hate wasting energy. So I always test everything out to minimize the risk of me wasting anything. Once I see I have a product that moves and I prove to myself that that idea works, is when I put the gas behind it and start pumping out the extras. So if I could give you any sort of advice, it's don't worry about the small stuff out the gate. Worry about actually making products that sell first. Put your products out to market. The market will not lie to you. The market will tell you if it's a good product or a bad product. If you have a good product on your hands, then move forward with it. If the market tells you otherwise, no harm, no foul. That's why we're testing all of this stuff out first. But I understand a lot of times when we're getting ready to launch something, we're super excited. We just want to put everything out and we think everything's going to sell. Be realistic with yourself and understand that sometimes that's not how it goes down. So it's better to be well prepared for those times to help minimize the risk, minimize that blow to the ego that nothing's going to sell, and test stuff out first. There's nothing wrong with that. In business, it's called research and development, R&D. You're doing market research, you're developing your products. You're just testing the stuff out. So hopefully that helps you out. If you're looking for stickers like this, all you have to do is Google search custom holographic stickers. That's all this is right here. If you have a local sticker printer in your area, they should be able to do this. They're just printing on holographic paper. That's all that is right there. Google search holographic stickers. If you wanted to make stickers that look like the new era stickers, stuff like that, that's usually printed on metallic. So look up custom metallic stickers, and there's tons of sites that'll pop up. As a fair warning, metallic and holographic stickers, a lot more expensive than your regular standard sticker printed on white paper. Now, if you have any questions about anything I spoke about today, if you disagree with what I say, if you use proof of concept for your own business, let me know in the comments. You can follow me on Instagram if you wanted to, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.